Hi everyone, this is Paul here from the Magdalene Centre. Today I'm doing the astrology report for the month of December, and I'll be outlining some of the key dates during this month along with the overall themes taking place and giving an explanation for what it all means for us. Before I do that, I just want to clarify, as I always do, that the astrology doesn't control our lives. It merely gives us a framework to help us understand what is unfolding around us. It helps us to understand what kind of lessons are there for us to be learning at this time, what kind of growth is on hand for us to learn from. But for anything to actually change, it requires that we participate in the process. It doesn't just happen to us. We actually have to work with it in order to bring out the positive expression of the planetary alignments taking place right now. So it has an influence, but we actually have to participate in the process for things to manifest externally. Now, in terms of the month of December, the Sun starts in Sagittarius, and this is a time for looking at areas like our belief systems, our worldview, and also seeing how open are we to experiences that challenge our fundamental assumptions of life and challenge our fundamental beliefs. So Sagittarius' end game at the end of the day is the expansion of consciousness. It's about pushing the limits of the mind beyond their current boundaries through embracing new experiences that challenge our assumptions, embracing new concepts which challenge our mental understanding, and embracing new philosophies that open us to new truths that our current understanding hasn't incorporated yet. So fundamentally, Sagittarius is about the seeking of truth, but for that to happen we have to be willing to open the mind up to new experiences which go against our current understanding as it is. So that requires humility and the tolerance of situations beyond our current understanding. So one of the things that the mind has which makes this challenging is the phenomenon of cognitive dissonance. So this is obviously where we encounter a new belief or new truth which directly opposes our current understanding or our own beliefs, but it's because it's the truth, it rattles us because it forces us to realise where we have limitations in our current understanding. It challenges the validity of our existing beliefs, so it requires that we be willing to accept the possibility that our beliefs may not be entirely accurate, or they may not be entirely based on truth. They may be partially true but have gaps in them which need to be filled in, or they may be completely false, in which case we need to be willing to let go of belief because it's actually holding us back, it's not empowering us. So Sagittarius in some respects is, if you look at the chakra system, it's like the third eye and crown chakras. We've got to be willing to always seek the truth and have any precious illusions that we've been holding on to challenged and let go of them. So if we're not prepared to seek the truth, then we're more likely to engage in the shadow side of Sagittarius, which is the likes of fanaticism, control and judgment. However, if we do maintain an open mind and we are willing to entertain the possibilities our current understanding could be incomplete, then we need the attitude of embracing faith and optimism. And we also need to have a generous nature, so embracing a generosity of spirit, an attitude of goodwill towards one another, and that willingness to be open-minded, to embrace new experiences wholeheartedly, and allow our belief systems to be guided by experience rather than ideology. So it's about overcoming any tendency to cling to an ideology. Instead, embrace new truths, embrace new experiences which open our horizons up and allow us to see much further than we've done before, to the point where we're expanding consciousness, so we're moving closer and closer to the fundamental truths that underpin life, and we learn to understand the natural laws of things and move into alignment with them. And this then sets the stage for Capricorn. Now, each sign builds on what came before it, but Capricorn is also about integrating all the experiences since the Sun in Aries into a cohesive sense of public identity and identifying what role can we play that allows us to bring all our gifts to the fore, allows us to fundamentally be who we are, so we're not trying to be anything other than who we are, and this allows us to bring our gifts in a way that we're treading our own unique path, but we're carving out our own niche in life, rather than filling in needs to help out someone else's dream. So, I mean, obviously, we all help each other out in one way or another. For any goal to be achieved, it requires the input from other people at some stage in the journey. That's just how life works. None of us are an island, we're all interconnected, and for certain needs to be met, it requires interaction with other people. But Capricorn basically challenges to, as you see, are we seduced by glitz and glamour? Are we seduced by the allure of social status or social approval to the point that we are willing to forego or pretend to be something that we're not in order to get this semblance of success? So basically, from the winter solstice onwards, from the 21st of December, the rest of December is about looking at ourselves and being honest. Are the goals that we set for ourselves, or the dreams we try to pursue, are they actually ours, or are we just doing something based on the allure of success, but it's not actually who we are? Because if we pursue something that's not right for us, even if we objectively achieve success, there's always that sense of dissatisfaction or that insecurity, because deep down we know that what we're doing isn't right for who we are. So this is the challenge for Capricorn, and with Saturn in his home sign of Capricorn, likewise with Jupiter in his home sign of Sagittarius, the themes are particularly strong at this time, where we have to figure out who we are and live our lives in alignment with who we are. It's also, we have to be truthful as well, so move beyond shading the truth in order to be successful, and learn to understand that by being truthful we avoid creating karma for ourselves, which is the negative side of Capricorn, and we live in alignment. We're an embodiment of the principles that we espouse. So what we say and what we do are one and the same. There's no lack of integrity, there's no hypocrisy. We stay true to who we are at all times, and we speak our truth, but more importantly we embody it. It doesn't matter how much we speak the truth, if we're not embodying it, then we don't radiate that truth properly, because it's only through embodying it that truth can be made manifest to our lives. Now, in terms of the actual key dates, there are 6 altogether, but they come in 3 clusters. So the first one is going to be the 6th of December. This is when Mercury turns direct again, so whatever insights we gained during the Mercury retrograde, this is a time for truly starting to put them into action and to make changes in our lives in alignment with these new insights. And it's maybe time where you feel that sudden burst of forward energy again, so it's time for taking the action but doing it steadily. The following day we have a new moon in Sagittarius, so this brings us an opportunity to embrace new philosophies, to expand our minds, to seek an understanding of the natural laws and live by them. The day after, Chiron is turning direct, so whatever we've learnt about core wounds, and with him being in Pisces at the moment, this is around wounds of separation, of disconnection, and cutting ourselves off from universal love. So the love is always there for us, it's we cut ourselves off from it. It's not we get abandoned by God or the universe, whatever term you feel comfortable with. It's where do we cut ourselves off from it because of addictive tendencies, or thinking that we've got this disconnection when actually we've cut ourselves off, and instead resolving these disconnections. I've already mentioned the next one, which is on the 21st, that's the winter solstice with the sun entering Capricorn. The day after we have a full moon in Cancer, so this brings us an opportunity to reflect on whether we achieve that balance between our internal nature and who we present ourselves publicly. And the day after that, Juno turns direct, so whatever we've been reflecting on in terms of core relationships, so the deepest ones, this is a time for us to apply those insights to life. So that's the useful guide for the month of December. There's a lot to take on board, but a lot of energy is moving direct now, so by the end of the month Uranus will be the only planet retrograde. This is a time for focusing on truth, of understanding the natural laws and then applying them, because if we don't learn to live by the natural laws and value truth over all else and value love over all else, then we create karma for ourselves through shading the truth and engaging in ideology rather than the pursuit of truth and understanding. So may December bring you many blessings and much growth. Take care.